Mr. Kashif, tell me, whenever we hear about the supply chain, we always think about procurement and inventory. Now, I have a doubt. Does supply chain only confine to procurement and inventory, or it has a larger scope? Can you please give some idea about that?
Okay, Mr. Sham, in reference to the supply chain, it is only one of the process of the value chain within the business organization or any sort of organization. And it's just a business activity of that you are adding a value to a business. Since it was taken over by procurement, so people have started associating it as supply chain management. But if you see at the matter of the fact that even an HR activity has an input and has an output, has some processes in between. There also, if you have a need of the organization to procure a person or to take a person on board, I will not say it as procurement, but you are wanted to hire a person, which is similar to a procurement activity. You search for the person, you source the person, and if you see he is available locally or he will need to be coming from the other part of the world, what are the logistics requirement, and whether he is a full fit or he is a half fit, and then you do the talent management so to make it a full fit for the organization. Now if you just correlate these activities with the supply chain, that you have a warehousing in there but you keep the person in your organization and you take care of that person. So for me, supply chain is one part of the organizational activity, but human resources is also can be considered in a dimension of a supply chain, because you are taking care of the supply and the arrangement and the logistics of hiring a person and then making him stay in your organization for the X number of years. And similarly, if you see the financial arrangement, now a finance manager is also sourcing the funds which to meet the requirement of, and his customers are the internal customers. And external customers are also there with respect to the supplier, because he's managing the payments of the supplier also. So if we don't say it's a supply chain activity, so I think we are not doing justice to that department also. So supply chain has big dimensions, and if you see as a person also, you are also a supply chain manager, you are taking care of the goods at your home, and it is also a supply chain but on a smaller scale. So since it was like supply chain and supply means only procurement, so people have just started to make it as a dimension only related to, and we have confined that space to only procurement and logistics, which is not true in my opinion.
Fantastic. So hearing you, I'm surprised. So that means, tell me, who are the people who should do supply chain? When you're telling that it is applicable to every industry, then who are the people who should do supply chain?
Okay, so for the supply chain, we have to understand two dimensions of supply chain. One is the knowledge of supply chain, one is the certification of a supply chain processes. Now, if the know-how is considered, for me, every common man should understand or should get the knowledge of a supply chain. Because at home, nobody teaches him how to raise a child, nobody teaches him how to buy the product and which products to buy. He do his own inventory. He goes to the supermarket, he plans the things, and he arranges the funds for that, even from his salary or if he is an earning professional. So he takes care of all those things by himself. So nobody teaches him this thing. But if he gets the knowledge of the supply chain, maybe he will be able to make some savings in his the way he is procuring the things, or maybe in the way he is storing the things, or maybe sometimes there is a spoilage, so he will be in a better position to understand that this product I bought and I did not use it and spoiled it, I should not make it available, or he will do a market analysis, what I need, what I don't need. So for me, the knowledge is applicable to everywhere. Every person should take this knowledge, and if he is working in an organization where he has an input, he is getting an orders and he has to fulfill that orders, he should take that knowledge. With respect to certification, if he is working in an HR, if he is working in a financial department, a finance department, investments, or he is doing some sort of any activity which has a customer end, so I think he should take this knowledge, not for the sake of doing, or he should think that it is not necessary for him, but it will help him, the knowledge will help him to understand the processes better, the inputs and the outputs, and maybe he will progress also what are the bad wastage things he was doing in the input part and the wastage things or non-productive things rather in the output part. He should do it. And for the certification part, it is good for HR professionals also, financial analysts also. It gives you an upper edge when you are changing the industry. And post-pandemic, we have learned that the positions will not remain the same. There will be a shift in the position. People never thought they will be working from home and doing the procurement, but they will be doing it. So in my opinion, everybody should be earning this knowledge of supply chain.
Thank you, Mr. Thank you.